Alrighty, round number 4. So, yeah, 7 o'clock at night. Um, I know he's going to be tough because he's also been 3 out of 3. And if I recall correctly, he beat a 1500 the round before. So, I knew this guy was pretty underrated. And yeah, I just tried to, do my best and win. So let's get it. E4, C5. And we go into a Najdorf with the move A6. Now, I know I've had this quite a few times, but if you've never seen it before, it's a really aggressive Sicilian. The Sicilian is E4, C5. And this move doesn't seem aggressive, but the point is I want to throw this pawn, and I'm just going to, it's going to be two sides attacking each other. He's going to go here and here, castle this way. I'm going to castle, and then absolutely bulldoze. And he spends about like 10 minutes thinking here on move, what is this? Move 7? 6, on move 6. He spends about 10 minutes, and here's where I realize, oh, he doesn't know theory. He doesn't know Najdorf theory. So I already have an opening edge where I'm like, okay, I know this. He doesn't. And he's going to be winging it in one of the most theoretical openings. So I'm like, all right, this is going to be fun. This is a very rare move, but as far as I am concerned, I'm just going to play it like the normal Najdorf. E5, he goes back to knight b3, pretty regular stuff. We develop and he castles short, and this was the moment where I'm like, yeah, he's completely winging it. And now he's not going to be able to launch an attack, but I get all my same expansion, if that makes sense. Like his moves, like let's say after my next move, castles, I'm in no rush to get my knight out. In fact, I haven't even thought. I'm already up like 15 minutes on the clock, and I haven't even thought yet. Like I'm up in time. But if he's going to try to go something like this is a move that I was always a bit concerned of, but I'm fairly certain that if after like takes and knight here, let's say a move like this to stop b5, I went here and I calculated this in my head, and I assume that I probably have an edge. If I go and check the eval, yeah, about a pretty comfortable position. So I was definitely feeling quite confident here. I wasn't able to go as deep in calculations as I would have liked, but so. But that's a move I was always looking at. And now he goes a4, showing a pretty good positional understanding. He understands that I want to push here and here, and so he prevents it. I go knight bd7, and he reroutes his knight. And again, here's where I had, I'd say, like my first full think of the game, where I just like finally, like, okay, it's like 14, 15 moves in, I'm just going to relax. I know I'm better. I know I have an edge because he doesn't have anything to play for, and I'm just going to try and make something happen. And the 3 plans I was considering was to put a rook on the c file, but I end up discarding this idea because I can do that at most times. Definitely knight c5 to just put a bunch of pressure on everything, maybe win the bishop pair, but meh, I wasn't too pleased. And then knight b6, looking to just stop any of his plans. The move that I ended up choosing, though, was knight to g4. Now, purpose of this move is that I want the bishop pair, and I'm going to get the bishop pair. And after he puts his knight here, takes, it looks like he's controlling this square very heavily, so I go after his other bishop. I say, you know what, plop a knight down there, let's see what happens. He accepts the challenge, goes here, and I go with rook c8. Now, at this point, I was pretty comfortable with my position. I'm up like 15 minutes. It equalized because I spent quite a bit of time making sure I wasn't losing. But what I was anticipating is after it takes, and then I wasn't sure his follow-up. Maybe like f4, always making me nervous, looking to just disrupt my pawns, and then pressure me down the center. I wasn't super comfortable, but I was like, you know what, it's playable. And he didn't take. He moved here. He cared a lot more about his bishop, and I thought that was really strange. I'm like, okay, we're gonna go put our bishop here, and now we're just gonna, control the dark squares, and now I'm gonna push here. So he reroutes his bishop. He does this little maneuver, but I was just like, okay, well, he's just wasting time. What exactly does he have? So I go back. Purpose of this move is I want to try and dislodge the knight. His knight moves back. I take, and queen here. Now what I'm doing is I'm threatening everything. And, okay. Here's some controversy happened. So, I play this move pretty quickly, and I know I'm winning. In fact, the engine, yeah. The engine doesn't think it's that bad, but trust me, it's that bad. I know I'm winning, but something really weird happens. He puts his knight here and offers a draw. On move 18, he offers a draw, someone who is 700 points lower rate than me. He offers a complete draw, and I am like, what? Now, obviously, the best move here is takes, and after something like this takes, I'll take here, even here, and I'm just winning. Like, I'm just straight up, 1.3. I'm straight up winning. I know I'll be able to convert this, but something about him offering a draw off put me so much that I'm like, heck no. And I just took here. Didn't think much. I just blitzed this out, and then he played here. Takes. I'm down in exchange against 900. Yikes. And I could have just been winning. And I remember, visibly, I'm sitting there in my seat. I'm like cussing myself out because just sloppy. Just really sloppy and not something I'm proud of. But I was like, you know what? We're going to suck it up and we're going to keep playing. Rook here. Takes. And I said it because he sat here thinking for a while and he offered another draw. So he's down in exchange. Materials equal. He offers a draw. And I said, play your next move and then we'll consider it. Because I saw his sequence and I'm like, this does not look drawish. But depending on what he's going to play next, I'll choose if I think I can play on against him. Because he also has like 15 minutes left. He has 15 minutes left. I have like 30. And it's hard to prove that his rook's better. But the line I was calculating was after rook takes here. I have a lot of back rank problems. So I'd probably go something like pawn here. And then he would go rook here to go after this. And I would go knight here. Then I have something like check, king here, and then takes. I was skeptical at best of my chances after something like this and this, and I was thinking this far, and I'm like, you know what? I don't really see anything good for me. But he ends up playing rook fc1, and here I realized, okay, he didn't take here. And now I actually can play on. So after something like takes, knight here, I have a very active knight. Everything's guarded, materials equal, but I am still down in exchange. If I make any inaccuracy, he's up a full rook in the endgame, and that's quite big. And the computer's going to say that I'm probably better. Yeah. But I was just scared to play it on, so I'm like, you know what? I'll take my second draw against like a 900, and I'll just suck it up, move on. Disappointing, but better than a loss, right? So he played a good game. I'm just really, really annoyed about the fact that him going here, which is a terrible move. Don't get me wrong. And then offering me a draw, it just threw me off psychologically, and I need to just sit there and figure out my next move instead of overthinking it. So disappointing. What can you do about it? Ending day 1, 3.5 score out of 4. Let's go.